Morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to the weekend report for June 9th, 2023. So we'll talk about what happened this week. Most notably, debt ceiling bill got signed. Shocker. Yeah, not really. That's a lot of sarcasm there just because this is what always happens. A lot of bluster between the parties, and then last minute the deal comes together. What it did do, though, was to serve to settle down the markets a little bit. So that's good. Home appreciation. Let's talk about this because there's a lot of people talking about how there's a bubble. And if we look at appreciation numbers as reported by Case Shiller, FHFA, CoreLogic, Black Knight, and Zillow, you can see over the past 4 months, we are continuing to see appreciation in values. This is not surprising. The market is going to pick up, especially when rates start to come down. It's going to get more aggressive. But Zillow even reporting a 1.4% improvement for the month of April, month over month, and CoreLogic at 1.2, so not far behind that. So don't fall into this trap that you think, especially with the Denver market, it is a hot area. Values are going to increase and it will be more competitive as the interest rates come down. So keep that in mind. 60% of price declines that we're seeing at the peak of last year have already been recovered, and we're on track at this time to fully recover by mid-year, which is just around the corner. Of note for next week, the CPI report is due. This is going to be this could be a good mover for the market. We did have some downward pressure from oil as of late. Saudi Arabia did cut their production, which spiked oil prices. But we are expecting the CPI numbers to be better for this month and even more improved for July. So keep a note on that. That can be market movers for us. Mortgage applications, not surprisingly, down 2% for purchases week over week and down 0.8% for refinances. So not surprising there. Also of note within this week, the European markets have revised their the quarter one GDP levels down to a negative 0.1%. And they are expected to announce that quarter two will be negative as well. This is an indication of a global recession, this for Europe. And remember, global recessions, they are kind of tied together. So we've seen Germany now. European markets could have a problem there. So will we see this in the United States? It's highly probable to see that we might reach a mild recession sometime this year, if we're not already in one at this point, depending upon what your perspective is. So that's what's going on there. And let's talk about the markets today. We are down 19 basis points right now. We're seeing a lot of movement, jumping back and forth. It's been kind of a volatile week, going up and down. And we certainly have not recovered some of the losses that we had gained last week, but we're showing some improvements, and there is some hope that next week those numbers will continue to get better for us and that we'll see some positive movement in the interest rates next week. So we'll keep an eye out for that. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Question, comment, like below, share, like my videos. I do really appreciate that. Go Nuggets, game 4, I think, is it tonight? So rooting for them. I do have a question for you, Denver fans. I'm confused about why he's called the Joker. His name doesn't seem that hard to pronounce, and they keep tying him to the most ominous version of the Joker there was in the whole Batman series. And so for someone who's touted to be a very generous player, a very humble player, very gracious player, why are we associating him to this really demonic, unpleasant version of the Joker? I don't get it. So someone please explain that to me, because I'd like to understand. But I am rooting for you because I don't have any St. Louis team, to support in basketball, and I'm not really a big basketball fan. So I will support Denver, and I'm rooting for you guys to take this in 5. So have a great weekend. See